Hi, I'm Mark Fischer, candidate for the Pennsylvania House of Representatives in District 50. This is Mark and Sam on the back porch. And if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, please go to my website, www.markwfischer.com. Fischer is spelled F-I-S-C-H-E-R.
Okay, Mark, the hot topic. Here's where you and I are on opposite sides on some of these things. Let's talk about conservative versus liberal. Let's talk about Republican versus Democrat. And the reason I want to talk about that is Mark's a Republican, I'm a Democrat. I always felt growing up he was more conservative, I was more liberal. Now I'm confused as to what those even mean.
Well, it's certainly not the same as it used to be.
No.
It's gotten a lot more confusing. Let's just talk in general terms for a minute about the Republican-Democrat Party confusion.
Right.
You know, what do they stand for? The bottom line is Republicans, in recent memory, have been considered the conservatives. That's right. Where the folks have joined in. And Democrats have been considered liberals, right. Or at least more liberal.
Right.
Okay, now it's a definition of degree. How much? What's interesting about this, and conservatives are also viewed as folks that want to limit spending. In some cases, the religious issues come in, what have you. Liberals typically, if you think in terms of the news, pro-welfare, pro-handout, right. Kind of thing. All right, it gets a lot more confusing. And in an election like this, for state representative, it can be really confusing because each of the parties have their interests. You know, right. The Republican is viewed as the party of business, the Democrat Party viewed as the party of working people.
Right.
And that's something that I would dispute, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The conservative ideas that I'm exposed to are generally focused on freedom of the individual, freedom of business, keeping government out of the way. So it depends on how you look at things as to where the results occur. Right. You know, do we get more results from government? Do we get it from the private sector?
Right.
So that's another kind of overarching view here. And I tend to believe that government inherently has problems getting any job done.
Right. Because
of the bureaucracy. You know, it was designed that way. It was never designed to be some efficient, lean organization.
Right.
And the reach into so many areas, you know, have confounded this to the point people are confused. Now, here in the 50th district, I go around and talk to people all the time. You know, that's what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And it's hilarious because you'll have Republicans that tend to have very liberal views. You'll have Democrats with extremely conservative views. They're all over the mix. Why are they a Democrat? You know, I've had some really conservative Democrats talk to me, and I say, why are you a Democrat? If you know, it sounds like you're right out of the Republican playbook. What's going on? And you know, it's funny the answers you get. Well, because my family have always been Democrats, or my dad was a Democrat, so I am. In some cases, it's for employment, which is really sad.
Right.
That to be a Democrat, you need to be a Democrat to be employed here in the county because Democrats control a lot of the position.
Right.
And you know, the thing about it, from a practical standpoint, is it's about doing the right thing, and you know, doing the right thing in the right way. And I don't think you can pack a party ideology or a liberal conservative banner on somebody and always get the right thing. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
There are real issues out here that people need to have resolved. But it can help you to, right now, in the age of Obama, a very polarizing figure out there. Mm-hmm. And we see it around the county with the Stop the War on Coal signs, Fire Obama. You know, you drive around, they look like dandelions popping up. I mean, they're everywhere. Right. And they're there for a reason. You know, people get it. How they form their views has changed too. You know, for many decades, the 50th district was about unions and about the focus on labor. Now we still have a lot of union membership here, no question, but union membership has declined everywhere.
Right.
It's dropped considerably. And I think now people are exposed to a lot more media. You know, we have the 24/7 news channels. We have the online exposure.
Right.
And I believe people's views are changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't see this election as being decided by the party. The other thing is the strong party, the Democrat Party, which outnumber the Republicans significantly.
Sure. In this area.
Yeah,
Sure.
are coming off of a real mess with the DeWeese situation.
Right.
You know, and that's alienated a lot of people. And you add to that the Obama influence, and we've got people that are really jumping ship. I mean, everything you see it from voter registration to, I think, what you're going to see, you know, the vote in the next election.
Well, I wanted to ask because I'm not sure if I'm a conservative liberal or a liberal conservative. But you know what? You need to look at the candidate. And that's what we're doing here, showing you a little bit about Mark Fischer and his thoughts on a lot of the topics that you and I are thinking about. If you want to send your topic in, please do, and we'll make that a topic of our video chat.